Hi there, Libras. Welcome to your mid-August 2017 tarot reading. So, first of all, let me just talk to you guys about something because I feel like there is a major warning that is coming in with this spread. It's not something, dangerous or anything like that, so don't worry. But, your birthday time is coming. So I just want to spend a little bit of time to talk about this energy because I feel like depending on which side of the coin you are, it needs to be addressed so that we can reorient ourselves and get ourselves back on track for our birthday. Okay, so first of all, let's talk a little bit about astrology. The planet Jupiter has been in your sign. So Jupiter is a very good planet. When it transits through your sign, it enters your sign on September 9th in 2016. It is going to leave your sign on October 10th, 2017. So I want you to think about this time frame, September last year and until where you are right now, okay? You have about 3 months left of this planetary transit. And Jupiter is a planet of expansion. It's a planet of luck. And, regardless of where it is in your chart, I do feel that when it is in your sign, it brings about a lot of opportunities. A lot of you might have realized there were a lot of jobs coming into the picture, and the jobs might have paid really well. You were learning new skills. You were happy with the work environment. So you had a lot of jobs coming through, right? Some of you had a lot of love interests, people that are just coming out of the woodwork, showing you love, showing you appreciation, wanting to date you. And then for others of you, relationships overall went really smoothly with other people. And then for others, a lot of material blessings, things, I feel like objects, just like a lot of beautiful, shiny, just material things, gifts coming through from other people in this time frame, as well as, things that you really worked hard for and that you wanted, right? You worked hard, money was picking up, and you got new things. So I feel like, the past 10 months has been that. There were a lot of good things happening for you guys. There were a lot of opportunities. And I also want to emphasize, Jupiter brings opportunities. So I see you kind of like a kid in a candy store. There were so many opportunities floating around out there that weren't there before. And for some of you, this is where I feel like the pitfall might be. If you have grown up in an environment where you had a lot of structure, where you really understood the value of hard work, you really understood the value of delayed gratification, you really understood the value of seeing, the right value in people and in things, you navigated this energy just fine. You're in a position where you're making a lot of money, and I feel like some of you right now for this month might be reassessing, okay, how do I take my career to the next level? And you might have a lot of offers when it comes to jobs coming into the picture, and I feel that you're in a very good space. For others of you who are lacking in that structure, that foundation, and especially the internal self-discipline, when you're like a kid in a candy store and you don't have any constraints on you, you don't have any sense of discipline, what are you going to do? You're going to eat everything until you get sick to your stomach, right? So I feel like for many of you, during the past 10 months, there might have been temptation, right, outside your relationships. And I feel like you indulged in that. And yes, Jupiter brings about opportunities. It's like temptation, everything that we thought we want. And so you went for it. And once you went for it, after going for it, you realize it wasn't anything that you wanted. It didn't turn out the way that you want. And you might be beating yourself up over these, lapses in judgment. And so don't beat yourself up over it. I feel that it's there to show you what you want and what you don't want. So it's something that you needed to experience. But at the same time, understanding our actions and consequences is really important. If that's not something that you want, fix whatever it is that you currently have that you do want. Fix it, okay? And then I also feel for others of you, it was like around December, you were riding this wave of emotional high. Things were going so well. And you felt like there was somebody in your environment, there was a specific situation in your environment that made you feel very restricted. It's almost like you were dealing with someone that made you feel very uncomfortable because they knew too much about all your pitfalls, all your bad traits. They were trying to steer you in the right direction, but you wanted freedom, as an air sign, and especially as a cardinal air sign. You wanted to do things on your own. And so I feel like being in with this person, and for some of you, I feel like it's a very strong female figure. For some of you, it could be a boss. For others, it could be a parent, like a parental figure. For others, it could be a mentor, supervisor, somebody very strong who was, holding you accountable for things. You didn't like that. And I feel like you thought you could get under this person and just soar because you were riding this emotional high, right? And I feel like things didn't come out the way that you wanted. You're now in a new environment. And yes, you have that freedom. But the work itself, like whatever you had to do in order to achieve that freedom, it wasn't worth it. And so now you're trying to figure out how you can reorient yourself, how you can get yourself back on track, and how you can purge yourself of, of all those the candies that you have eaten, and you're trying to figure out, how do I purge myself so I don't feel, the stomach ache? How do I purge everything that I've done so that I can be on track again? So I feel like a lot of you are dealing with I feel like you're dealing with some heavy stuff. It's almost like wanting to break out of your skin, feeling a little bit of shame, I have to say, feeling a little bit like you failed yourself, like I shouldn't have done that. What possessed me to do that? Why did I do that? And I just want you to understand that opportunities come in. Are they all good for us? Probably not. And this is something that you've come to realize, right? And, in life, it is about experiencing things. In our human forms, we're meant to experience. We're meant to truly learn on a physical, emotional level what life is supposed to be like, how that stimulates us emotionally, how that can, stimulate us physically, and how that can also be detrimental to us emotionally or physically. And so it's a hard space to be in, but it comes with learning opportunities. And so I feel that a lot of you need, if you're kind of like in the latter group and you feel like things are kind of spinning out of control, how do you get yourself back on track? Reach out for help. Reach out for assistance. Reach out for mentorship. Reach out for guidance. Reach out to repair some of these relationships, okay? I also feel for many of you, okay, so let's just say you need to really re-examine the people around you, okay? And when I say the people around you, it doesn't always have to be family members. It's people that you are purposely, consciously choosing to spend a significant amount of time with. People around you, people that you give your energy to and your time to. Because I feel like while you were riding this emotional wave, while you were at the apex of abundance, people started coming in out of the woodwork. And I feel like, once again, opportunities in friendships, relationships, and all of these things were coming in. But are they good for you? They are opportunities. They are abundant. And there are choices too. But are they good for you? Are they leading you where you need to be? Are the people truly advancing you to the next stage in your soul's evolution? Or are they holding you back? Because I feel this energy about people having money, like you're accumulating a lot of money. And the people around you, they have a lot of money. They've never had to work for it. And I feel like they spent it like it didn't mean anything to them. And you're trying to emulate that lifestyle. But you've worked for your money, so it's not appropriate, okay? Seeing the proper value in people. Who has been there for you? Who was there since the beginning of this, roller coaster? And who's still around? Versus who has not been there for you when you were kind of like down and out and trying to figure things, how to take that next step, who was not around. So I feel like some major reassessment needs to happen for you guys. And I want you to be very, very careful when it comes to, overspending, okay? Like spending outside of your means, or spending to keep up appearances, or, overspending beyond your circumstance, emulating another person. And that's not appropriate. So you need to do things that are true to you. And I also feel as well, there is a major conversation that needs to happen here. And I feel for some of you, it's an awkward conversation, but it needs to take place. It needs to happen. And you need to speak your truth, okay? Whatever that means to you, you need to speak your truth. I do feel for many of you, there is a major, major career change that you are contemplating. And this is happening now for the next 4 months. I feel that there are a lot of opportunities coming in. You have room for growth, but once again, there are like multiple options on the table and you're trying to figure out your direction. Do something that really speaks to you on an emotional level, okay? I feel like that's where you need to be. Work from that emotional space. Don't worry about, the social pressure. Don't worry about, are my friends going to be there? Is it going to be easy or is it going to be hard? Don't worry about the technicalities. Worry about what job really allows you to grow and what job really appeals to you and speaks to you on an emotional level, because I feel like that's where you need to be to make this next decision. Some relationships, I do feel that relationships that some relationships are like on the tail end, and it's going to be moving into your past. So that basically means, relationships that have been long-standing. I feel that there has been some talks about kind of like extracting your assets, kind of like, one partner wanting to extract or remove themselves from the relationship. So I do feel there are talks and things like that about separation. And I feel that you are trying to get your financial situation sorted out. There has been a lot of strife within family unit, and I feel like that is one of the major source of contention for you as well. And I feel like this energy is going to lift. And I feel like that's where that awkward conversation needs to be had with somebody that you're living with. It needs to be had. It's like ripping the Band-Aid. You rip it off and you move on with your life, okay? Don't draw out that process, okay? That can be very hurtful. And I feel like you are somebody that, you are very well liked. You like to maintain that demeanor of being well liked. This is a conversation where the truth needs to be just spat out, and it just needs to be done and gotten over with, okay? The last thing that I want to talk about here is I do feel there are big transitions happening for you, and this benefic planet won't be in your sign until, after October 10th of this year. So I want you to spend, the next 3 months really focusing on where you need to go and what you need to be, and where you need to be and what's really true to you, okay? Seeing the proper value in people, getting back to the people that have really been there for you, because I feel like you might have lived as if, every man's an island, but I do feel there are a lot of people that really love and care about you, and you need to reach out to those people, repair some bridges, mend some bridges, strengthen some relationships, and really showing that sense of gratitude and appreciation for the people that have been there, okay? So really think back, because I feel like you need to deepen your relationships a little bit more, okay? I feel, Geminis, the other air sign, they don't have problems doing that. They sometimes reveal too much. Aquarius and Libras have problems when it comes to deepening their relationships. And I feel that it might be good for you as we move into your birthday time. If you want people to be around, it's a process of, reciprocity, right? We need to exchange. We need to give in order to get back. So I feel that's something that is really crucial for you, especially for those of you, going through your 30s and 40s right now, and you feel like, where are my friends? What's happening? You need to strengthen your friendships, okay? So I'm going to leave you with that, Libras. I'll be back next month for your birthday reading, okay? Take care of yourself. I wish you the very best. Bye-bye.